If you not subscribe this channel, click subscribe button to subscribe. Helps build the nation. The cost of running an entire country, especially one that is as large and populated as ours, is humongous. It is through the taxes we pay that the government can perform civil operations. In other words, without taxes, it would be impossible for the government to run the country. But these type of taxes are some interesting. Number 1. Sweden, baby names need tax agency approval. Swedish people are required to have their child's name approved by the Swedish tax agency before the child turns 5. If parents fail to do so, they can be fined up to 5,000 krona, or $770. The law originally was put in place in 1982, reportedly to prevent citizens from using royal names, but the law states the rationale is that by approving the name the tax agency can protect a child from an offensive or confusing name. Number 2. Junk food tax in Hungary. If you want a snack in Hungary, better reach for an apple instead of a bag of chips. Otherwise, you'll have to pay the country's junk food tax, which is officially called the Public Health Product Tax. The tax is on packaged snacks high in salt and sugar, as well as sodas and energy drinks, and adds about 20 cents to the price of these items, according to the Boston Globe. The tax was introduced to reduce consumption of food products that are not useful from a public health point of view and to promote a healthy diet, according to a study by Hungary's National Institute for Food and Nutrition Science and World Health Organization. It seems to be working because the study found that 59% to 73% of consumers reduced their consumption of the taxed items. Number 3. The plaster tax. Austria. The Austrian Alps is the perfect place for ski lovers of all types, from beginners to professionals. Not surprisingly, tourists who don't feel confident enough when skiing usually end up in Austrian hospitals with fractures and other injuries. For this reason, the government decided to include a special tax on medical services into its regular tourist tax. There is no fixed amount for this tax as it's collected directly by the resort you stay in. Number 4. The fat tax. Japan. The famous Matabu law in Japan requires men and women between the ages of 40 and 75 to have their waist measured every year. If their waistlines exceed a certain size, 85 centimeters for men and 90 centimeters for women, they must pay a fine. The Japanese fat tax was introduced as an attempt to overcome increasing obesity rates and keep the spread of diseases like diabetes and strokes in check. Number 5. The shadow tax. Conegliano, Italy. Restaurant owners and shopkeepers in Conegliano, a town in the Veneto region in Italy which is known for its dry prosecco, have to pay about $100 a year if their shading devices or signs cast a shadow on public streets. The shadow tax was created in 1993 and was supposed to be enforced throughout all of Italy, but only the Conegliano authorities accepted it. After its implementation, most local owners simply decided to take away their tents and awnings. Number 6. The chopstick tax. China. In every year, China makes about 45 billion pairs of disposable chopsticks. To produce such a large amount of them, people have to destroy about 25 million trees. No wonder the Chinese government finally started sounding the alarm for fear of deforestation leading to serious environmental damage. In 2006, China introduced a 5% tax on disposable wooden chopsticks in order to protect and preserve the shrinking forests. The authorities believe that this measure will encourage people to eat with reusable plastic chopsticks instead of traditional ones. Number 7. The cow gases tax. Estonia. Although it may sound pretty ridiculous, the tax on cattle gases really exists in Estonia and its purpose is rather serious. This is a way for the government to try to prevent air pollution and reduce the greenhouse effect. When a single cow digests grass, it produces on average 350 liters of methane and 1,500 liters of carbon dioxide a day. According to different estimates, this accounts for about 15% to 25% of overall gas emissions into the air. The $5,000 tax charges large Estonian farms with more than 300 cows. Interestingly enough, it doesn't concern breeders of other animals which also contribute to air pollution. Number 8. Entertainment tax in India. A night on the town in India could leave you double taxed if you first get hit by the fat tax on a fast food meal, then have to pay the entertainment tax. Yes, you have to pay a special tax on sports events, movies, theatre shows, exhibits, arcades and amusement parks. The tax used to vary from state to state and ranged from 15% to 110%. However, the Indian government introduced a countrywide entertainment tax in 2017 that now ranges from 5% to 28%, depending on the form of entertainment, according to consulting firm PwC. Still, it's hefty enough that you might want to skip the popcorn if you go to the movies. Number 9. Shelled nut tax in England. Buying nuts with shells will save you money in England. That's because there's a 20% value-added tax on shelled nuts. There is an exemption, though, for peanuts, which escape the tax if they're shelled as long as they're not salted or roasted, according to British news publication The Telegraph. Number 10. Tax on English language schools in Bangladesh. If you want your child to attend an English language school in Bangladesh, it will cost you extra. Not only do you have to pay tuition fees for these private schools, but you also have to pay a 15% value-added tax, VAT, on English school fees. All other schools are exempt from this tax, which is why the Bangladesh High Court declared the VAT discriminatory and illegal. But the government continues to impose and collect the tax. These are the 10 weirdest and interesting taxes. If you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe, and what you thinking about this video do comment in comment section.